At the O'Brien Center, Molly, Trevor, Andrew, Rachel, and I all found that working with ELL students has been one of the most influential factors in our experience tutoring. Not only have we been working on algebra at senior seminars and astronomy, but we've also been helping to construct sentences and teaching how to read academic works. The challenges these students face in school are then exacerbated by difficulties in adolescence. Theorists such as Vygotsky, Ledoux, Bandura, Erickson, and Bronfenbrenner outline how cognitive and behavioral development shape an adolescent's experience. By assessing these theories, educators can create an environment that best enhances their learning for all students, especially those who might not be confident in their academic abilities to start with.
Imagine being assigned to read a book about someone in a foreign country. They're doing things you've never done, eating things you've never heard of, and naming places you've never been to. Now imagine that this book is in a language you only kind of understand how to read. I'm sure you're thinking this would be very difficult and at least a little frustrating. That's how many ELL students, or English language learners, coming into the O'Brien Center with Because of Winn-Dixie felt. For many ELL students, assignments that would typically be regarded as easy are made difficult because they aren't always confident in their language capabilities. By implementing Vygotsky's zone of proximal development and giving students goals that are more attainable, they will feel more confident in doing their work. But for this to work effectively, the student will need someone to model success. Vygotsky suggested doing this through scaffolding, which requires building up a student's skills by showing them what they'll be able to do next. For an ELL, this could be reading Because of Winn-Dixie in small chunks at a time, and then debriefing so that the students don't become overwhelmed with new information. This can also be understood through Bandura's social learning theory. As a tutor, we help students through each stage, first by getting their attention, giving the information relevance so that they can remember it, convincing them that they can achieve it, and then motivating them to do it. These last two steps are particularly important because Bandura emphasized that a student needs to believe that they can perform a task before they will achieve it. This makes a student's environment, such as their family, peers, school, and community, particularly influential to their development.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
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 No. Let's break it down. I would like to buy a hamburger. I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
It's not hamburger, hamburger.
I'm not saying hamburger. I said I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy the hamburger.
Hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
Maybe we should stop.
We don't quit. We do not quit. Again.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy the burger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
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 With Bronfenbrenner's ecological systems theories, he believes that there are 5 main components of influence that go into the child's development. The child can have big or small things influence
influence their lives. So with the students at the O'Brien Center that we've been working at, they obviously came from a completely different background, a different society than the United States. So that little environmental difference between each country is a major influence on their development. Another thing is that little difference is going to really impact who they become and their overall identity. With identity, Erickson believed that around their age, they will be trying to form their identity and become who they become. But it also could lead to role confusion and not really necessarily knowing who you are and having a sense of identity. With the students that we've been working with, they quite possibly have an identity already formed within themselves. Maybe they came over to the United States at a stage in adolescence that was just early enough that they were forming their identity, and that could influence the identity in the end. With that, they could see societal differences in the United States that they wouldn't see back home, and that could truly influence how they would interact with others in specific situations. These children obviously are coming from a background where they might feel pressured by societal rules in the United States and might feel a sense of prejudice and stereotype. And that's a huge thing, because that could really affect their identity, and they would feel as if they have to conform to a societal role that is appropriate for everyone else around them, and not truly picking a sense of identity that they feel makes the most sense and rolling with it. With that, the identity they form, if they do form an identity, has major impacts on their emotions and their emotional regulation. And with that, they have needs and influences that really affect their emotions in the end.
The emotions associated with failure, according to Ledoux, originate in the amygdala. His analysis showed that the amygdala activates and responds when the subject feels fear. Although this is true for any emotion, we just study fear because it's the fastest of emotions. This then allows the subject to process a cognitive response, like running away from the cause of the fear, so like running away from a bear that might scare us in nature. In the case of ELLs, the O'Brien Center, the process of being corrected on homework problems is similar. Upon hearing the response we give as tutors to their questions, ELLs process their emotions quickly in their underdeveloped amygdalas and respond. For example, I occasionally would have a student who would often misspell words and ask me if they were spelled correctly. Upon hearing my correction of minor spelling errors like omitted letters or mixed up phonic sounds, she would apologize. Only in these moments do we as tutors see feelings of failure and embarrassment, which boil to the surface in these moments of frustration for ELLs. The apology is their cognitive response. To us, the apology seems very unwarranted. We aren't mad at our students for getting the answer wrong. We're not mad at them for spelling a word wrong. So we think our students try hard to achieve and to learn in a context that is very foreign to them. However, for these individuals who face many mistakes as they are given simultaneous learning, as they are simultaneously learning a language and a culture and skills, it's a very real and valid response. This can be detrimental to their feelings of self-efficacy, which is a form of judgment that allows students to recognize their environmental achievements, like controlling emotions in a classroom or judging how long it will take to write a paper. By apologizing, our ELLs are signaling to us as tutors that they are distressed by the work that they're doing. Thus, it becomes important for us as tutors and for their teachers to reaffirm them as students and to build them up by adding compliments and framing things in a growth mindset by pointing out progress along the way. By encouraging students, we can help diminish feelings of inadequacy and eliminate negative influences on their self-efficacy.
Concluding from our time at the O'Brien Center, our experience working with ELLs has shown us the difficulties adolescents may face when going to a high school and learning in what could be their second, third, or even fourth language. As you saw, we could connect our experience interacting with the students to our study of Theorist, Vygotsky, Ledoux, Bandura, Erickson, and Brockenbrenner. Although the students had experienced difficulties both culturally and with language, we were able to take the time and help them succeed in high school and help them reach their goal to graduate.